So now the two-note Moeller, basically probably one of the more user-friendly aspects of Moeller in that we could use that for timekeeping. If I'm playing hi-hats, it's probably the easiest way to generate a locomotive action for either fast eighth notes or 16th notes. But there's a couple of qualities that I want to bring forward to that. That the second stroke after my first stroke is really just falling forward. I call it collapse. I throw down that first note and let the second note collapse. So this is a little more challenging in terms of bringing about the understanding of it. So my first lesson, lesson 1, is to throw that stick down and let the second stroke collapse. I'm going to use that word redundantly, so I apologize, but I really want to feel my wrist kind of drop as I got my first initial stroke. I'm going to play this in 6/8 time. And the reason I do that is because I just want to have a slow, methodical count. So all we have to do is be able to count to 6. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So throw down, collapse on the second stroke, lift up on 6 to get that nice stroke. Now, this is not going to be a kick-up because in the Moeller method for the two-note, you're going to keep that a little bit more inside the hand. If it's flipping and flopping away from the hand, you're not going to be able to stay in time. So you got to really watch what you're doing there. So we're going to set this tempo to 120, meaning that each eighth note is going to get a count. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that we're just hanging with 120. Remember, count. Also know what you're doing movement-wise so that you stay in sync with what's going on. So here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Throw down and collapse. Up, throw down and collapse. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2. So I have to just reiterate that that collapse is so difficult, and especially at this tempo, to really feel that actual just letting go. I can't express the deep feelings of what that is so much here in this one small moment, but you'll get it. Once you feel it, you'll go, oh yeah, there it is. So that second note is really, again, more of a letting go than trying to play anything. So let's do the same thing with the left hand. Our throw down, collapse, lifting up on 6, and nice and easy. Don't let the stick pivot too far from the hand. Kind of keep it contained. Let your ring and pinky finger inhibit the stick from pulling away from the palm. Here we go. Same tempo, 120. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bounce, drop. 4, 5, 6. Or throw down, collapse. 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Strike. All right, so that's the first part. Let's go to the second part. So this lesson 2, we're going to take now that grouping of that throw down and collapse, and we're going to put it in 3/4 time. It's going to be fast because we want to get a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So now we're pushing it. Before, lesson 1, we had a chance to sort of breathe, get your downstroke, your collapse note, and your upstroke with a little space so you could kind of sit through and see what's going on. So for lesson 2, we'll push it up to 130. Now each click is a count. So we're playing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, throw down, collapse, up, throw down, collapse, up. So we got to be just a little more mindful of our upstroke that we don't get jammed. So here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Remember, don't let the stick pull too far away from the palm on the initial strike. Feel that dropping forward. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So, and the reason I bring that up is, again, because you don't want this stick to be pulling away from the palm. You want to kind of keep it in the hand, so when you get that bouncy, jumpy two-note Moeller at 16th notes, you really feel that the stick is a little bit more inside the hand and not pulling away. Let's do the left-hand version of that same exercise, lesson 2. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Feel the lighter nature of the second stroke. The second stroke is not meant to be any kind of a forceful note. As you play those, you're going to know that the essence of the Moeller method is that first downstroke is always going to be accented. So remember that. So now, let's see if we could put inside this 2-note Moeller 16th notes. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. Now that's going to be the hard one. This is going to be similar to what we did in the 3-note and the 4-note, in that once you get this, it's just a regulated amount of practice to get it to be natural and show up when you need it. Of course, playing some music that would, utilize that kind of approach technically is certainly going to be your biggest asset, because, the technique, we certainly want to spend time on the pad, but you got to bring it into a musical setting so that you can grow from that experience. So here we go. We're going to play these as 16th notes. It's going to be, I say down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. But let's just harken back to what we did. Feel that first note kind of a throwdown and the second one a collapse. It's just I can't really speak that out when I'm speaking the 16th note. So I'll just kind of default to down, up, down, up. Again, our upstroke on the up is not really an up. It's just it collapses, and then as I'm lifting up, I get a follow through to set up that next downstroke. Let's do this at 52 beats per minute. So 8th note will get the subdivision, and see if we can hang and make it feel pretty bouncy without letting the stick pull away from the palm excessively. Let the wrist be subservient to the bouncing stick. Here we go. 52 BPM. 1, 2, 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1, 2, 3, 4 E and feel that first note hit the pad. Let the second note just collapse forward. Don't let the stick pull away from the palm too far. 1, 2, 3 E and 4 E and 1, 2, 3 E and 4 E and 1. Let's take the left hand and do that same exercise at 52 BPM with our 8th note subdivision, and here we go. 1, 2, 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1, 2, 3, 4 E and 1, 2, 3, 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. Now, as again, a bonus round, we could take the same identity of what we did with the 4-note Moeller and do both hands together and see again how much symmetry you have in your bouncing sticks. So let's stay with our 52 BPM and do both hands together and see how united they are in their motion, as symmetrical as possible. Here we go. 52 BPM, 8th note gets the subdivision. 1, 2, 3 E and 4 E and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 E and 4 E and 1. So now your assignment is, with the 2-note Moeller, you go through lesson 1 slowly and methodically, then go through lesson 2. Now that picks up the tempo. Again, watch your movement. If you're not moving well at lesson 2, stay with lesson 1 so that you have a refined understanding of the movement. Once you're there, you go to lesson 3. That's probably going to be your most profitable of the bunch, because that's what you're looking to do, is acquire this 2-note Moeller for 16th notes. So you sit through that and do that one hand, right hand, left hand, and then both hands, and see how much symmetry you bring to the exercise when you're doing it the two-handed. So watch your two-handed Moeller when you're playing that, but don't just get stuck there. That is a good exercise, but really refine each hand and see how that works out. You want to get a really refined, nice locomotive action that's really contoured and bounced, most importantly. So now that's the 2-note Moeller. Let's take a look at applications and some movements with the Moeller method to add a little bit more substance to what we do with the Moeller method.